I can't stand doing homework. I'd much rather do what I want. Watch TV, play a game, or go outside. Unfortunately, if I don't obey my parents and get my homework done right when I get home from school, there are consequences that I have to face, like no TV, no video games, no fun. You guys have been there. Obeying isn't always easy, but it's what God wants from us. Joseph obeyed God when he forgave his brothers and gave them food for their families. When they had eaten all they had, their father, Jacob, had no other choice but to send his sons back with money for more. Joseph's brothers made the journey to Egypt. As they arrived, Joseph saw them and sent his servant to invite them to come to his house. Luckily, Joseph was happy that they had returned and wanted them not only to have a big meal, but to have their feet washed and their donkeys fed. What a guy. As Joseph went in to see his brothers, they bowed down to him, giving him gifts that they had brought from home. Even though Joseph was their brother, they still didn't recognize him. He looked different in all of his fancy and royal clothes. Joseph wanted to know more about their family, and he began to ask them questions. As he began to talk, Joseph noticed his brother Benjamin. He loved Benjamin so much that he started to cry and ran out of the room. After he pulled himself together, Joseph came back to see his brothers. He gave them more food and sent them on their way. When they were not far down the road, he sent his servant to bring them back. Joseph had planned a way that he could test his brothers, but he knew it was the wrong thing to do. He couldn't stand it anymore. He started to cry, saying, "It's me, your brother Joseph, the one you sold into slavery. Don't be upset. God sent me ahead of you to save many lives." Joseph's brothers were really afraid at first, but Joseph reassured them of his forgiveness. He even invited them to bring all of their families to live with him in Egypt. Joseph's willingness to do what God wanted led to great things for him and his family. When we obey God, we don't always see the good come from it right away, but we do know it's what God wants. Speaking of that, I guess it's time I go knock out the rest of this homework so I can go have fun. See ya.